Yes, selamat datang kembali semua di Crypto Daily Indonesia. Kembali Crypto Daily Indonesia hadir. Di video kali ini berbeda dengan video-video sebelumnya teman-teman. Pada video kali ini saya akan tujukan kepada Anda berbicara tentang fiat money dan juga inflasi. Sejarah daripada fiat, daripada dolar Amerika Serikat. Jadi sebelum tahun 1971, dolar Amerika Serikat itu dicetak sesuai dengan cadangan emas Amerika Serikat. Setelah tahun 1971, itu tidak digunakan lagi teman-teman semua. Jadi dicetaknya uang fiat, yaitu dolar Amerika Serikat ini, tidak berdasarkan lagi cadangan emas mereka. Jadi di video kali ini, di sini membahas tentang fiat money, yang kemudian juga tentang inflasi, yang kemudian juga berbicara tentang solusi daripada ini adalah hadirnya Bitcoin saat ini. Jadi silakan teman-teman saksikan. Sebelum kalian saksikan, pastikan diri Anda terlibat dalam tim Crypto Daily Indonesia dengan cara smash tombol like setiap video kami, subscribe, bunyikan loncengnya tentunya teman-teman.
Since 1971, when President Nixon took the United States off what was left of the gold standard, the world has operated under a system of money known as fiat. The dollar, the pound, the euro are all government fiat currencies. Fiat is a Latin word meaning let it be so. It is the law that this government currency be money. Indeed, without that legal enforcement and the fact that we must pay taxes with this money, that dollar bill or that computer digit that represents a dollar would be pretty much meaningless. Only the government has the power to issue fiat money, but banks can create it through lending. Over the last 40 years, since this system of fiat money became the global norm, the supply of money has grown exponentially. In fact, we've seen the greatest growth in the supply of money in history. But who benefits? Of course, those that have the power to issue money, governments and banks. Then, those companies and individuals that get this money early. They can spend it before the prices of the things they want to buy have risen to reflect the new money in circulation. In other words, they get services, products or assets cheap. But prices soon rise, so holders of assets such as houses or shares will then see gains without there necessarily being any improvements to the company or house in question. Often this can lead to speculative bubbles. But what about those at the bottom of the pyramid? Those on fixed wages or incomes, those who live in remote areas, or those with savings. By the time this newly created money has filtered down to them, the prices of the things they want to buy have increased. Their savings buy them less, however, and their wages remain largely unchanged. In some cases, they have to take on debt just to be able to afford the things they were previously able to buy, which means they have to go back to the banks. In reality, this process of creating money only redistributes wealth from the bottom to the top of the pyramid, and thus that ever-increasing gulf between rich and poor gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Di video berikutnya ini dikatakan bahwa inflasi adalah pencurian. Silakan teman-teman saksikan secara seksama.
Inflation is institutionalized theft. In the ancient world, one of the things you weighed when you went to the store was not just your produce, but also your money.
Inflation is legal counterfeiting. If there's not a lot of work required to produce an asset that is money, then there's a huge incentive to just produce as much as you can of that thing and go out and acquire things that require effort.
Fiat money is designed to shortcut sowing and reaping, to give governments and central banks, a small group of very powerful people, the ability to effectively make themselves gods. Whenever somebody has taken control of money, they have never ultimately been able to resist the temptation to make more of it. Let's say the government doubles the amount of money that's in the system. The prices double because hard-valued goods can't be created as quickly and as easily as fiat currency can.
It's almost like a cognitive illusion that people don't understand that prices are going up because the currency is being counterfeited and devalued. So they're being robbed in a way that they can't put their finger on. And I think that's just doubly insidious.
Suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar.
You might not care about money, but money cares about you. The Bible is not too spiritual It never teaches Christians that they should be so unconcerned about this world, they don't have to care about money.
Money touches every part of your life, whether you like it or not. It affects how many hours you work in a day, the food you eat, the clothes you wear, how much you're able to support missionaries all over the world. The money is broken, and most people have no idea. And so because of that, they're not looking for a solution.
Fiat currency has been tried in many times in many places, and it always meets the same demise. The currency is printed until it has no meaning, no value, no worth whatsoever. And that is a pathway to self-destruction.
For thousands of years, hard money has enabled civilizations to grow and flourish. Over the last few hundred years, where fiat currencies have governed the world, we've seen the exact opposite. Degradation of societies, degradation of cultures, destruction of the trust that is required for civilizations to exist. Bitcoin represents a return to a world that is governed by hard money.
Bitcoin is incorruptible money. All of these incursions on human freedom and liberty would not be possible if you were on a pure hard money standard like Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, it's the scarcest form of money that's ever been invented.